calling, say for example, this is my XYZ. This is my XYZ. Okay. If somebody is giving you a line like this, X comma 1 comma 1. What is the meaning of this, sir? X can be anything, but Y has to be 1 and Z has to be 1. Y has to be 1 and Z has to be 1. That means what? I have to choose a point here. This point will be coming towards you and will be going away from you like this. This is something parallel to x-axis. This line is something parallel to x-axis. Okay, this is the line value. This will be going like this. Okay, so like this they can give you any line. Okay, any line. So you should know what is the mathematics equation of that line. Okay, once you know the mathematics, then only you have to calculate where will be the electric field based on that line. Okay, that's why we have discussed the coordinate system. Are you all convinced with this? X comma 1 comma 1, Y is 1, Z is 1. That means what? X can be anything. X can be anything. Okay, that is the idea of this equation. Okay, like this they can give you any equation. Okay, now my question is, say for example, if this is my line charge, sir, this is my line charge, say this is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. Once the line is getting extended from minus infinity to plus infinity, definitely they will not give you the total charge, because if they give you total charge, the total charge itself is infinite. Okay, that's why they will give you what, sir? Charge density they will give you. Charge per unit length, charge density, rho L. Now what they will ask, definitely there is a charges, that's okay. There will be charges from minus infinity to plus infinity. Charge density is given, rho L, coulomb per meter. Now they will ask you question, okay, I am standing here, what is my electric field? What is the electric field there? Okay, so again, what will be my direction of the electric field? Either it will be in this direction or in this direction or in this direction or in this direction, like this. Okay, so this is your source, this is your source. Okay, somebody is standing here, say unit test positive charge. Okay, because definitely these charges, according to Coulomb's law, these charges will give you some force on this charge. Okay, and finally, what is the resultant force? What is the resultant force? Once if it is a unit positive charge, then final resultant force itself is a electric field. Okay, the force on unit positive charge is called as electric field. So what is the electric field value and which direction it is finally? Which direction it is? Okay, or otherwise in the simple case also you can, once if you form your charges like this, okay, you just bring the movable charge here. In which direction it goes? In which direction it goes? Either it goes in this direction or in this direction. You have to find out finally. Okay, any ideas are in which direction it will go? Can anybody draw this? Yesterday I have given you this exercise. Okay, once if you make a line charge with the help of point charge, again you can consider that as a line charge. Okay, approximately. Then in which direction the electric field goes? Anybody tried? Okay, or otherwise even if you not tried. Yes sir, who is this? Sivasakti also. Hello.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes sir, who is drawing this diagram? Yes.
Sudarshan, sir.
Okay, have you tried with the simulations or you are drawing with the previous experience? Huh? You are drawing with the previous experience or you have tried with that applications? No idea. Okay. Okay. See what happens. Once if you consider all these charges as a point charge, say there are 2 point charges that I am choosing. One is here and one is here. Definitely, what is the nature of the point charge? It will be giving you the, because how we have drawn this one with the help of point charge only. Once if it is a point charge, definitely it will be giving you the electric field in this direction. Electric field in this direction. Now I am standing here. Then what is the electric field on me? What is the electric field on me? Anyway, for the point charges, electric field will be going in all the direction. Electric field will be going in all the direction. Okay, so now what happens? And again, anyway, these components and all cannot contribute to me because it is going completely in some other direction. But if you consider the component in this direction, somehow it will contribute to my electric field. For simplicity, I take one component is coming in this way and another component is coming in this way. Like this, again, there will be a charges here also. Okay, these charges also will contribute some electric field. First, let us see what is this contribution. Okay, once the contribution is like this, how can you resolve this vector into horizontal and vertical component? Whenever you have a vector, you can resolve it as a horizontal and vertical component. So how can you resolve this? Okay, so say for example, this line, if you are taking this line, this can be resolved like this. This can be resolved in this way because this will be going in this direction. The vector can be resolved in this direction. Okay, and if you take this vector, okay, if you take this vector, this can be resolved in this direction. This can be resolved in this direction. Now what happens? Once if you see, again, this is in a symmetrical position. This is in a symmetrical position with respect to these two axes. That means what? The amount of electric field here and here is same, but they are going in opposite direction. Once if they go in opposite direction, what is the resultant value? The resultant value is 0. That means there will be no electric field finally. Okay, there will be no electric field because they are going in the opposite direction. They will cancel each other. But if you take these two, it is going only in the same direction. So that means you will get some resultant electric field. Resultant electric field. Again, finally, you will get an electric field like this. Electric field like this. And again, even if you imagine there is some other charge, it is also contributing in this way. And then again, you will get a resultant electric field in this direction. You will get a component in this direction. Anyway, both will cancel. Similarly, you bring the effect from anywhere on the line. Okay. Finally, your electric field will be a direction that is perpendicular to that line. Perpendicular to that line. And please note down, here we are in a 2D paper. Okay. Here we are in a 2D paper. Okay. Once if it is a 3 dimension, you imagine yourself what happens. If you are having line charge density, where will be the electric field vector? Definitely, there will be electric field vector in this direction. Do you think only this is the perpendicular direction to this line? Anybody? See, in this paper, this is the perpendicular line. Once if you rotate, you will get many directions. Once if you rotate in a 2 pi direction, you will get a perpendicular. You will get a perpendicular vector. So, what is the first idea here? Once if you have a line charge, what is the conclusion from this? Once if you have a line charge, definitely your electric field will be in a perpendicular to that axis of the line. Your electric field, please note down in your notes. Please note down in your notes. Electric field due to line charge will be in a perpendicular direction to the axis of the line containing the charges. Axis of the line containing the charges. This is the axis of the line. This is the direction of the electric field. This is the direction of the electric field. Please note down clearly. Once if you have line charge density, the electric field direction will be in a perpendicular to the axis of the line containing the charges. Okay, axis of the line containing the charges. Now, once if you extend this into a 3-dimensional quantity, say for example, say this is my axis of line charge density, then how will be my electric field direction? Anybody? See, this is my axis. This axis consists of line charges. So what happens? My electric field will go radially outwards. Radially outwards. So to analyze this problem, which coordinate systems are suitable? Anybody? Not audible. Is it audible? Yes. Hello? Hello? Yes, okay, now okay. Yes, Karthi.
Yes,
Now
sir,
it's
correct,
audible.
correct.
Okay.
So cylindrical coordinates.
Yes. So once if a line charge density is placed on the axis of the cylinder, then where will be the electric field direction? That is radially outwards. That is radially outwards. Okay. And this is like this. Okay, radially outwards, like this, like this, like this, like this, radially outwards. Are you all convinced with this? Once if you have line charge, okay, charges in the line, where will be the electric field? They will be going radially outwards. But what is the concept? Definitely the electric field will be perpendicular to the source producing it. Okay, source producing it. Say in a cylinder, this is the axis, this is the direction of the electric field. At any point of time, you measure the angle between this field and the line, definitely that is 90 degree. Definitely that is 90 degree. Okay, this is the concept. This is the concept. Okay. Now now you have understood this is the cylindrical concept. For a cylinder, you go anywhere on the cylinder. What is constant, sir? This distance is constant, is it not? See, your test charge is moving in this way. Say suppose exactly at this distance, if your test charge is moving with this distance, definitely your electric field will be same. Okay, why? Your perpendicular distance is not varying. Once your perpendicular distance is not varying, your electric field will not vary. But instead of here, if you stand here, definitely your electric field vary. If you go from here to here, definitely your electric field will decrease, because what? Your distance has increased, perpendicular distance. But once you are following in the same path, again your electric field remains same. Why? Because your perpendicular distance remains same. So what I am telling, once if your perpendicular distance is constant, your electric field will not vary. Your electric field will vary only when your perpendicular distance vary. So what is important here? In case of line charge density, you are how much distance you are from your line charge. Say for example, this is my line. I am standing here. How to calculate my distance from the line? Can I calculate in this way or in this way? Which one is correct, sir? Say this is first case, this is second case. Okay, this is my line charge density. I am standing somewhere. Okay, now I should know what is the distance from the line charge. Anyway, in the formula, some distance will come. Definitely electric field depends on the distance where you are. So finally, which one is correct, sir? The scenario 1 distance is correct or 2 distance is correct? Anybody? Yeah, 2 distance is correct, because you have to always measure the perpendicular distance. You have to always measure the perpendicular distance. Okay, you go anywhere on the coordinate system, but what you have to do, what you should know, what is your perpendicular distance. Okay, your final electric field depends on your perpendicular distance. Okay, it will not depend on other distance, slant distance and all, because the main reason behind this is your line is going from minus infinity to plus infinity. That is the main reason. Okay, your line is going from minus infinity to plus infinity. That's why you have to always measure your perpendicular distance. Okay, now you have understood this. So once if you are somewhere, what is important? Your perpendicular distance is important. Your perpendicular distance is important. Okay, now say I am here. Okay, I am standing here. My perpendicular distance is r. My perpendicular distance is r. Okay, now somebody tell me, okay, so this is my test charge. Okay, 1 coulomb of charge. Once if it is a test charge, instead of force, I will get an electric field. Okay, instead of force, I will get an electric field. Anyway, in this line, rho L is there. Okay, see, what is the ordinary case, sir? Ordinary case is E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Is it okay, sir? E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught divided by r square. Okay, what I am doing, I am having for imagination purpose only I am telling. This is for only imagination purpose. Okay, this is not the correct way to do, just for imagination purpose, because my aim is to get some answer. My aim is to get the final answer, how to remember the final answer. Okay. I take this R upper side. Are you all okay with this formula? This is your generalized formula of electric field. Whenever you are having a point charge, your electric field will be Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square. This is your generalized formula. From this generalized formula, what I am doing, I am taking this 1 R above. I can write like this. Instead of R square, in the numerator, I can write Q by R. Somebody please tell me, charge divided by length. Okay, R is some distance, that's okay, but it is some length. Okay, charge divided by length is what, sir? Charge density. Can I say like that? Charge divided by some distance is what? Charge density. Okay, once again I am telling this is not the correct way to do, but I am telling you the way to remember the formula. So Q divided by R will give you rho L, because charge divided by distance is called line charge density. Line charge density. And again, instead of 4 pi, here I have to use 2 pi. Why is that? See, is this the only way to get the R? Can I go in the rotational manner? Still my R will not change. I can go anywhere on the surface, not anywhere on the surface. Once if I fix the point, I will get some imaginary circle. Once if I move it in the circle, okay, definitely my R will not change. Is it okay, sir? So what is the flexibility I am having? So 2 pi flexibility, you know, once if the cylindrical coordinate system comes, the only angle to play with is only 2 pi. So 2 pi, okay, 2 pi, and this is epsilon naught, and this is R. So what is your final electric field due to line charge? Rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon naught R. What is R, sir? Your perpendicular distance from the line, your perpendicular distance from the line containing the charges, So what is my final answer? My final answer, due to line containing rho L, what is the electric field? I can calculate electric field at any point with this formula. Rho L 2 pi epsilon naught R. R means what, sir? Perpendicular distance from the line, or sometime in the book they used to mention as A also. That's okay. Okay, in this case, whenever you are having a infinite line and you are at some point, you should know what is the perpendicular distance. The some book, instead of R, they may use A. That's okay. So this is the final answer for electric field due to line charge. Okay, electric field due to line charge. Okay, now I am going to compare for point charge. I had an electric field like this, Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught R square, where R is a radial distance from the point. In case of line charge, I get rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon naught R, where R is what? Perpendicular distance. This is also radial only, but not from the fixed point always. Okay, this is like a radial perpendicular distance. Okay, once if you are here, you have to measure it from here. Once if you are here, you have to measure it from here. That is the idea of this R. Or otherwise in the sum book, they used to write like this, 2 pi epsilon naught A. Okay, anyway, there is a regular procedure is available in the notes. That also I will discuss. Okay, but you should know what is our final answer. Rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon naught A. Okay, please somebody tell me, if this is my coordinate system, I am placing my line in the which axis, sir? This is x, y, z. Okay, I am placing my line on the z axis. Then what will be my vector direction, sir? What is the electric field direction? Anybody? Which coordinate system I have to use? In that particular coordinate system, which vector I can use? Which unit vector? I have clearly given you the scenario. Cap. Not AY cap, cap, sir. AY means you are thinking only this is the perpendicular direction to this Z line. See, you are telling AY cap alone. Okay. Do you think only one perpendicular direction? That's why I have shown you that cylindrical surface. Okay, so that is what? In a cylindrical coordinate system, you have to take the help of A rho cap. Are you all okay with this? In a cylindrical coordinate system, Instead of r, we used to use rho, that is a rho cap. A rho cap. What is the direction of a rho cap? That is always perpendicular to the z axis. That is always perpendicular to the z axis. Okay. See what I am telling finally? My electric field will be perpendicular to the line. A best vector to denote that is a rho cap, because a rho cap is always in a perpendicular direction to that z axis. Please go and refer what is the direction of a rho. What is the direction of a rho? Then 2 pi epsilon naught a, 2 pi epsilon naught a. Okay, the best way is a rho cap. Otherwise, you can put ay is also correct, but that the best way is a rho cap. In a 3-dimensional coordinate system, a rho cap is the best way. In a 2-dimensional system, you can put simply ay. That's okay, but a rho is the best way to. Yes. Are you getting this concept? Yes, Sudarshan.
2 pi
Yes. Yes. Why 2 pi came?
அந்த 4 pi ல இருந்து 2 pi எப்படி சார் சொன்னீங்க? மொத்தம்
No, madam. You okay? That's okay. Wait a bit. Say, I am having something like this. Okay. This is my charges. Let's please assume this is as the axis of the cylinder. Axis of the cylinder. I am drawing some imaginary surface. Okay. This is what? Cylinder. Okay. This is the axis of the cylinder. This is like imaginary surface. Okay. Now I am here. I can make some imaginary circle here now. Once if you move anywhere on this imaginary circle, you move anywhere on this imaginary circle, what will be constant? Your r will be constant now. Once if you move anywhere on this imaginary circle, what will be constant? Definitely r will be constant. But what is the total angle formed by that imaginary line? Because your electric field is not coming only to you. It will be going all the 2 pi direction. Are you getting this point? Electric field is not coming to you. You are standing here. It is not coming to you. You go anywhere on this circle line. In all the places, you will get the electric field lines. That means what? The electric field is getting distributed over 2 pi. That's why I am putting here 1 by 2 pi.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, what happened in case of point? In case of point charge, you put 4 pi now. What is the reason? There it is a spherical coordinate system. There it is a spherical coordinate system. Your charge in a 3-dimensional way, it can go anywhere, in any direction, any 4 pi direction, because 4 pi is the total. Yes, what about others? Are you all getting this point? Yes, madam, what I am telling, the electric field will not be only in direction, it will be in all the direction, like this.
Okay, sir.
Like,
Understood.
yes. Yes, what about others? Sudarshan, you got the idea? Yes, okay. What we have done, first, we have measured electric field due to point charge. Then we have extended our understanding to calculate the electric field due to line charge. Okay, there are several ways to derive the formula, but we have used one simple way. Okay, we have used our complete understanding, then simply we have derived that formula. Anyway, at the end of the day, formula is very important. You should remember the formula very thoroughly. Okay, so and again, in which direction that vector falls, that is also important. In which direction that vector falls. Okay, in this case, once if you choose your line in a z axis, definitely your vectors will be going radially outward. That is by definition a rho, or otherwise in a simple sense you can take ay also. Ay means you are telling only this direction, but actually it will be in all the perpendicular direction, to this line. That is the idea. Okay. So next, again we will see in the textbook, okay, in semester how they are solving this. Quickly we will see. Anyway, we know what is the answer. We know which direction that vector will be. Everything we know. And please, before going to this, and if I am asking you question like this, say, if my line charge is in this way, where will be my vector, sir? In which direction? It will be in this direction. And again, you keep this axis fixed, you rotate this, you will get in all the direction. Say, you will get in all the direction. Are you all understanding this? Just I have slanted the diagram. Once if this is my axis, you will get in all this direction. Okay, like this. Okay, the circle formed by this. Or otherwise, once in any other direction you can put, say, if my line is in this way, in which direction my electric field will be? This will be my electric field. This is a two-dimensional diagram. Then you keep this axis fixed, you rotate this with the 2 pi in all the direction, you will get a electric field. That is the idea of the line charge density electric field. And please remember, in any case, electric field will be in a perpendicular direction to the source causing it to produce. Okay, because in this case the source is in this way, that's why the electric field is in this way. Even in pine case we have told the same things. Okay, the electric field direction will be always in a perpendicular to the direction to the source producing it. Okay, similarly the same observation here also it is true. Okay, next I will go to the text book, to our notes. We'll see what's happening. Okay, so here this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, this is my z-axis. Here clearly they are putting their line charges in the z-axis. They are putting their line charges in the z-axis. At a random point, they have to measure the what is the electric field. Okay, what is the electric field? And please remember, you can take point anywhere. You can take point here also, anywhere you can take. The main reason is your line goes from plus infinity to minus. It is no matter. You can take anywhere. Okay, because it is the line is going from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so again, once we take in the center point, again that problem will be a little bit easy. That's why they are taking here. That's okay. This is the point where you want to measure the electric field. Okay, but please, one thing you have to note down. What is your perpendicular distance here? Anybody? That is small r. What is your perpendicular distance from the line? That is small r. Then what is our observation? Definitely my final answer should depend on that small r, 2 pi epsilon r. Because what I have told, rho L divided by 2 epsilon, where one parameter will come, that parameter is what, sir? Perpendicular distance from the line. Okay, this is the perpendicular distance from the line, that is r. So my final answer will be like this, rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon r. Okay, now what they are doing, so this anyway they know the line charge density in the line is rho L. Okay, they are choosing small line, dl line. They are choosing a small line, dl line. Okay, what is the formula of q, sir? Q means generally rho L into L, rho L into L. Instead of L, you are choosing dl. So that means what you will have? You will have dq. So once if you choose dl, you will have what, sir? dq. So what is the dq? dq means what, sir? Rho L into dl. Rho L into dl. Okay. Once if you are having complete length, you will get complete charge. Anyway, complete charge here is infinite charge. But what I am taking a small portion dl. What is the charge available there? Rho L into dl, because the line charge density is rho L and the dl is a small elemental length that I am taking. Okay. Then we try to measure what is the electric field here due to this line charge, due to this small charge. Okay, I have taken as a small charge, that's why this small portion can be considered as a point charge. Okay, what I have taken in infinite length of line, I have taken a small amount of charge, that's why that small charge can be considered as a point charge. Now you know from your understanding, I am having a point charge of dq, then what will be my electric field? my electric field will be dE due to the point charge dq, due to the point charge dq, 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So where I have to take which r? This r. I have to take which r? This r, because this is my point charge. This is my point charge. This is my observation point. Whenever you are dealing with the point charge and one observation point, you have to take that length only. Okay, so what will come here? R bar square will come. R bar square, magnitude square. Then what is the vector direction? Anybody? Can anybody tell what is the vector direction? To know the vector, okay, this is the vector direction. To know this vector, you should know what is this point value and what is this point value. Okay, now you are dealing with the point charge. Then we will extend into line charge. That's okay. But initially we are dealing with point charge. Okay, then definitely the force will be in this direction, or electric field will be in this direction. Now, what is this direction? To know this direction, what you should know? You should know the point. Okay, what is the point? This point. You are on the, clearly you are on the z-axis. Once if you are on the z-axis, definitely other value is 0. X is 0, y is 0. Then you are on some z value. Let it be z equal to 10 or 20, like that. Some z. Okay, some z. Then now here you are on the y-axis. Okay, here you are on the y-axis. Okay, whenever you are on the y-axis, again they clearly mentioned what is your distance. Okay, that distance is r. It can be y also, that's okay, but here it is some kind of fixed distance, that is r. Okay, now okay, now this is r. So again x value is 0, y value is r, because you are on the y-axis. Again z value is 0. As you are in the y-axis, definitely you will have y value only. Okay, 0, r, 0. Now, can somebody tell me what is the positional vector? See, what is this vector value? This vector value is at a z cap. Okay, what is this vector value? R a y cap. You take the difference. Okay, finally your vector direction is going in this way, then this minus this thing. So what is my vector value? R a y cap minus z a z cap. This is your vector direction. And again, this will give you some magnitude. So that's why what you have to calculate from this vector, you have to calculate the unit vector. Okay, finally what I have identified? I have identified my direction is r a y cap minus z a z cap. Once if you take the magnitude, okay, r square plus z square, square root, then you can put the vector as itself. Okay, what is this? What I have found out? I have found out the unit vector in this direction. This is the vector. This is the unit vector in this direction. Okay, so instead of unit vector, I will replace that unit vector by this one, because in this case this is the unit vector. Okay, anyway, already I know what is the magnitude. This is my unit vector, sir. Please, somebody please note down clearly. This is my unit vector. Then what is my value of the force here? I already told the value of the force is force due to elemental charge 4 pi. Again, you should know what is this distance, sir. R. Again, r square. Here r square will come. Anyway, epsilon naught will be there. What is the value of r here? See, the value of r here is, using Pythagoras theorem, r square plus z square. R square plus z square. This is the value of the r. Anyway, what you need? R square. So square root will cancel. So you can substitute remaining things. So you can substitute here. What is the value of r? So again, here, what is the direction? Once if you know electric field direction, this is the unit vector direction. Just now I have found out what is the direction. Once if you substitute all this, and if you do integration, because you have taken an elemental charge, you take integration over entire length, then you will get a final electric field E. Instead of dE, you will get E. Anyway, everything will be very clear here. And wait. See, I have found out that vector r a y minus z a z. and then this radius, sorry, this distance is r, that is r square z square. Okay, and then they have found out unit vector for this. Okay, anyway, we need unit vector only, so this is the unit vector, and instead of r they substituted this r square, and anyway this is the unit vector a cap. Anyway, unit vector is available here. Finally you will get this. Once what happens, once they are integrating this, they are integrating. So once if you do integration over entire length, because your length is varying from minus infinity to plus infinity, okay, you are taking a small length, but actually the length varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. So we are doing integration, but before doing integration, what happens, this component will be cancelled out. Say this component will be cancelled out, z component. Why? What is the reason? Whenever my line charge density is in this way, it is clearly on the z axis. It is clearly on the z axis. Will I get any electric field component on the z axis? Definitely I will not get, because my electric field, by observation we have seen, my electric field will be on always in which direction, sir? It will be in a perpendicular direction. Okay, because my line itself is on the z axis. Okay, so I will not get any component of electric field on the z axis. That's why this is 0. This you can neglect directly, or even if you do integration, finally it will become 0. You please take it as an exercise. You take this component and you apply all these limits. Finally you come up with 0. Finally you come up with the 0. Please solve this, okay, today. But anyway, I know this is 0. I will neglect that. The remaining component I am taking rho L, dz, this r, 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon naught. Here square root of, here square is there, here no square. That means what? 3 by 2. Anyway, okay, 3 by 2 square, one more component, 3 component, and again you can take the square outside, so you can write 3 by 2. Okay, and this is this cannot be directly solved by substitution method only. You can solve. This is like a simple mathematics. Okay, you substitute something so that your integration becomes easy. Anyway, there is a mathematics part. You just substitute and come up with the answer. Then finally what you are getting? You are getting this one. This is what we are interested. Okay, electric field is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon naught r and ar cap direction. So say they got ay, but they are not stopped with this. They are substituting what? ar cap. Okay, so why they are denoting ar cap? They have chosen a point here. They are calling it as ar cap, because once if you are here, your vector will be here only. But if you go along the surface of that cylinder, your vector will change. So in a generalized format, you can put like this. In a generalized format, you go anywhere in the generalized format, 2 pi epsilon naught r a rho cap. This is the generalized format. Okay. Now for the problem we have chosen, this is the answer, because they have fixed some point. We have to calculate that point only. What is electric field? But what I am telling, you take a line, you go anywhere like this, your electric field still remains same. Okay, in a arrow direction. That is the idea. So please always remember this formula. Again, unit of the electric field is volt per meter. Unit of the electric field is volt per meter. And one more important thing is, in case of point charge, your electric field depends on 1 by r square. In case of point charge, your electric field depends on 1 by r square. But in case of line, your electric field depends on 1 by r. Are you observing this fact? In case of point charge, your electric field depends on 1 by r square. In case